So if you found my channel, welcome. Remember that you are beautiful, you are amazing, and this video is a confirmation that you are on purpose and in the right place. If I talk fast, it's to bypass your mind and directly access your soul's listening. And I want you to trust in your soul, in your higher self ability to understand past your mind and to remember what's needed as you need it. So grab a blanket, a cozy, healthy beverage, your journal, and set up on your meditation mat. Let's begin with a prayer. Beloved Creator, may I always be protected from evils. May my ego come in service to my spirit. May I always be connected to divine truth. May I listen with my spirit and hear with my heart, absorbing love in what is of my highest good. May I activate the miracles and blessings meant for me as I walk my golden path, in full faith, with grace and ease. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, hello. Welcome to your pick a card reading. This is JC here. I am an intuitive healer and I am doing this reading out in Mexico, in Puerto Vallarta. So if you feel connected to the ocean in this reading, I'm bringing in all the light codes, all the water codes, and we're gonna do a pick a card reading with Isis. So take a few moments to close down your eyes, center in, and focus on the card that you feel is right for you, and we'll begin. Hi, File 1. You chose the past life present power card, the many spiritual faces of you. And this card is this very powerful card that talks about the integration of past life energetics or Akashic records downloading into your field to help your present moment. Now, someone asked me the other day, why would you want to know about your past lives? And I feel like I touched on this in another reading, but it actually helps you grow in service to your calling now. It helps you grow in service to your spiritual contract. And so the card for this, it says, when the soul is growing in service to humanity, in service to the great feminine and her call, that all beings are to be healed and free. It gathers internal resources to assist you on your path. These resources include power and gifts from other lifetimes. You are currently integrating past life abilities, and you are guided by the oracle of past life present power to be open to shifting internally and in your experience of your own levels of power and spiritual ability. Talents, abilities, and powers wish to be restored to you now from past incarnations. This will help your path. So, a lot of you are coming into divine inheritance. I can feel your ancestors calling you and just trying to bestow gifts on you, things that they learned, lessons that they learned, and now being on the other side, they actually see the benefit of things and the misuse of things, and they're actually trying to find some of these, or give you some of this wisdom. So for those of you I'm speaking to today, you're going to feel really connected to your ancestors. You're probably having extremely vivid dreams. About some of these things. You might be dreaming of your past lives. You might be dreaming of yourself having certain abilities or skills or overcoming challenges. Your dreams are just going to be really connective to you. Now, those of you that meditate and that can dream in a waking state, that have sight open, you are going to be able to download these experiences, and these images will be coming to you in your waking life. They'll be coming to you as you do something. I know when I touched the ocean here, I had a whole bunch of past life downloads about Lemuria, being able to breathe under the water, swim under the water, about water codes and light codes and how to activate them and how to integrate them into my being. So this might be something that you're going through right now, because I felt guided to do this reading today, and I had spent a lot of time in the last few days in the ocean working with water codes, which I'm going to do a video on my other YouTube channel if you're interested in that. But let's start to look at the cards I pulled here. So the Grail Knight, romance, illusion, seeking the sacred. So right now, you're seeking the sacred within you. The Grail cup is you. It is your enlivened womb. It is your healed womb. It is your healed femininity. It's your healed heart. It's your heart connected to the higher heart chakra. And all of this is coming in for you. It's washing away illusion. And I feel like the romance part is maybe you're calling in love. Maybe you're at a place right now where you want to focus on the growth going on inside of you. And then the romance is coming from you just falling in love with your experience, your spiritual path, your life. I see that you've been on this spiritual journey of seeking and seeking and seeking and wondering when it's coming. You've had extreme, profound, pivotal spiritual moments. What you're craving. You're craving the new earth. You're craving the frequency and the opulence and the beauty of everybody in a kind state, everybody in an abundant state, everyone working together, communities being whole. You're craving the ways of old that we used to live in that have been taken away from us to disempower us, and they're starting to try to make a rise. That's why you're craving it. The sacred that you're seeking right now is a new way of living and a new way of being. The only thing is that you're the path forger, so you need to create these things in your life. And to do this, you need to be in your own power. Your health needs to be focused on, are you nourishing your body? Are you giving it foods that you need to anchor the spiritual energy that's coming through you? Are you dealing with your stress in healthy ways? Are you grounding properly? Or start a soul star. Grounding through all the chakras, because that's how all this past, present power is going to come into you. This is how your integrations are going to come through the Akashic records. Also, there's just a call to a daily spiritual practice. Okay, so it doesn't have to be hours and hours of yoga. It doesn't have to be hours and hours of meditation. It can be whatever you desire it to be, but it needs to be daily. It needs to be consistent. It's going to help you ground. And are you building those foundations right now around yourself? I see many of you are. I see many of you are prioritizing health and movement and meditation and trying or succeeding in anchoring spirit into every single moment that you're living. So bravo. And that could be where romance would be coming in for you as well, because spirit is love. It's real love that many humans have forgotten. It's love that is unconditional, and it permeates everything, and it builds such a beautiful, boundless joy and gratitude inside of you. And that's what I see a lot of you cultivating and building here. Now for some of you, I see you're kind of stuck in the in-betweens of the things that you're letting go in your past, because many of you have just jumped timelines, and you're really needing to clean up some of your foundational habits and your physical habits. A lot of you are grounding still in smoking, drinking, and I really invite you to let those things go, just to see how far you'll go with this. If you've been having any blocks, let go of some of your crutches, and that will release the dams. All of these beautiful energies that you've been cultivating have been coming in, but because there's some self-doubt, because there is some fear of your own power, you are using these crutches to hold yourself back. It's also the conditioning. But I can see you're highly psychic. You already know this. I'm just mirroring your intuition, but joy is waiting for you on the other side of this transformation. And although sometimes we use substances to ground, I invite you to really try to let that go. Letting go. Letting go of what is no longer serving you. You know what is holding you back. You know what is keeping you unhealthy. There's those little habits, those little things that we hold on to that we're like, if I let this go, who will I be? I won't know myself without this. And you're being called to let that go. You're being called to surrender. You're being called to detach from the dream that you've had, enjoy, so that it can actually manifest. Because when we can actually detach from these things, we can bring in what is meant for us. We can bring in the dream by letting it go, but still holding the vision of it, which is your psychic gifts. I see you are in strong visualization. I see that you feel like you're a beginner, that you have a new skill without practice, and unstable, it says unstable curiosity. But actually for you, it's because of those things that you're not letting go in the physical world. The crutches, the overeating, the smoking, eating chemical-laden foods. It's time to clean up. It's time to clean up your movement. It's time to clean up your body. You are being called right now to get your physical in as much alignment as your spiritual. Wounded human ego. It's creating doubt for you. And this is your sign. This is your mirror. Just let it go. Let it go. Those unhealthy habits, let it go. Tell your friends no. Pick something different. You are the path forger. Stop waiting for someone to show up and do it with you. You're doing it. You're on the path, and people will join you from that, because there's so many people craving this as well. So you came here to lead the way. Swans are very strong animals as well. You know what they want. They go after it. Let's pull some more cards here. Some of you might be overly attached. You might be single right now and overly attached to your partner coming in. Maybe your divine feminines waiting for the divine masculine. All of that's supposed to be let go as well. You ground inside yourself. Going after somebody who's told you and shown you how they are, and then fighting with them or expecting them to be different, demanding these things. It's leaking energy. It's not where you're supposed to be. That person, that soul has shown you and told you who they are. And when you're not getting what you need to give it to yourself. And it might not be the same as if someone else gave it to you, but you can still give it to yourself in a meaningful way. And that's what we're being called to do right now as well, is let other people be who they are. Let them tell you who they are and accept that. And practice unconditional love, practice forgiveness of yourself, of them, yourself for demanding things or expectations of them, and them for just, that's where they're at. And then what need is it that you are truly needing by chasing this, by holding on, by trying to force another to give you what you need? What is a need inside of you? Give it to yourself. There's a lot of energies coming through this. So I see you're in a real big transition period here where there's a lot of confusing energies coming in for you. And there's a lot of competing manifestations that you've wanted. You want a romantic relationship, but you want to grow more in enlightenment, and you want to experience a new earth, but you're doubtful to create it. And so all of these things are swirling and percolating inside of you, and that is part of the process. The more joy that you can cultivate in your experience, and the more truth you can cultivate in your experience, will help you bust through any of these blocks, and it will bring all of these conflicting energies together. You also really do need to let go of anything that is not serving you, anything that is doubtful, shame, guilt, aggression, anger. Let it go. Let it go. Blessings are trying to come to you, and you're blocking them all on your own, just from not being willing to let go, from hiding in this, not hiding, being protected in this identity that you've crafted around your ego. But the new needs to enter. You need to let the vacuum come, and you need to let it pull out. And you will be a little bit wobbly. You will feel like that beginner in some of this, because you're being cleaned out completely so that all the new can enter. But be willing to let that go, be willing to be in that for a while, because that is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place to be. It's a beautiful place of the new. And as all of this lands, your divine inheritance, the gifts that your Akashic records are trying to deliver you, that your ancestors are trying to bring to you, you are going to have this profound, beautiful experience of everything that you've been trying to manifest coming through because you've let it go. Now, often on our spiritual practice, the ego can come back in and try to take things over because it gets scared. And it can slip in the back door and act as if it's really doing this in the name of spirituality and all the esoteric things that you've been filling yourself with, but it's actually still the ego. And how do you tell the difference? Well, the ego will keep you stuck in things that are not serving you. The ego will keep you chasing. The ego will say, yeah, but we just want it this way, and like, we're powerful manifestors, so we should be able to have it exactly like this. And that's not untrue, but there needs to be release in that. You'll feel the attachment of like, we have to have it this way. It'll be like claws sinking into it. This is showing me how hard you're also working. Sometimes when we work too hard to experience something, we actually attach to it harder. So there needs to be a letting go of that as well. There needs to be a joyous breather. Take a breather. Means to just have some joy, some fun, some play, some relaxation. Really focus on calming your nervous system down. And the foods that you eat. Don't have energy drinks anymore. Maybe that's one of your crutches. Even coffee can be a very harsh stimulant as you come back into a sensitized nervous system. As you bring in natural energies and you connect with source, you should be sourcing from that, and that should give you a ton of energy and shouldn't always need those stimulants. And then your body, as you shift and grow through this process, can also start processing stimulants in a different way. So I want you to be really careful of that. We're going to be very sensitive to that, and sometimes it feels like things are being taken away from us that we enjoy, but trust me, they're always replaced with something better. And the natural energy not coming from a stimulant is one of the most profound, beautiful things, and it brings back with it a host of other abilities, psychic abilities to feel connected to other people, more connected in sex, more sensitivity, better orgasms, just more joy and experiences. When you're out in nature, you're just more connected with that Christ consciousness energy, and these things are what we actually have been craving. They are spiritual food, and they will be coming back to you as you reclaim yourself. Now, you should also be extremely proud of yourself for all the work that you have done to create the energetics for this inheritance that will allow you to be able to receive all of these things. But just know that you don't need to constantly be growing, constantly be attuning to things. You can take these breaks. You can take the breather. You can really allow yourself to be in the moment. And notice that she's in water here, and I started the readings talking about water codes. And so water is going to be a very profound healer for you right now. If you can get into any natural body of water, if you can visit the ocean, especially under moonlight or starlight, it will be so powerful for you to soak in those energies and for you to just really know and understand that you are part of nature. And the more in sync that you get with that, the more you allow nature to calm your nervous system, the more that the spiritual will manifest, because you're giving it the actual components and connections that it needs to manifest through you. I hope that makes sense, just because we are made of all the elements. So when we're connecting to all the elements, the light codes, the water codes, the fire codes, the air codes, the earth codes, we make ether, spiritual codes come through us, and all of those components circulate together to bring in your highest good and your highest destiny. And that's what's happening here. You have aligned with your divine timing. You have aligned with your destiny. You probably feel on that precipice of like that excitingness of like, you've done the work, so where is it? Is it coming? And You are on the verge of it. You just need to clean up some of the things around you. You just need to clean up some of the behaviors, some of the consumption pieces, and keep integrating the spirit, keep integrating love into every single thing that you're doing. Okay? Be proud of how far you've come, but practice detachment in all areas. Trust your psychic gift, trust your vision forward. I know that I am just mirroring things that you have already been feeling as guidance. What is some of this past life, present power, spirit for the collective? What is some of this past life, present power coming back through? Some of this past life, present power coming back through. Okay, let's see. Some of the past life, present power coming back through. Oh, is your warrior nature, but you're starting to connect your warrior energy back to that of love. So we come from lines of ancestors that were warriors. That's how we're in the world that we're in right now. But some of that has been taken away from us, some of that wisdom, that knowledge, that connection. But now it's actually being restored to us as warrior of love. Devotion attracts resources and support. We're learning about integrity. We're learning about living from an authentic person and place, authentic purpose and place, no matter what is going on around us, no matter what is happening or how others are acting. We're learning to stand strong for ourselves and still stay in love and kindness. We're learning to stand, well, when I say we're learning, this is what's coming down for you from your Akashic records, but we're learning to come through in authenticity, in like the fiery passion and love we have for something, as opposed to fighting as a defense. As opposed to fighting just to have, fighting just to survive, fighting just to thrive, fighting just to live. Bullying and hierarchy programs are actually being disintegrated and dissolved right now, and those working from authenticity and integrity are being risen up. And so this is part of the past, present, future that's seeking to come through you. Varayasha Yogini. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. So I would see with that, with this Black Madonna card here, there's a strong energetics and coding for you to literally use every single thing for your growth, every single thing for your empowerment. So before, when it might have victimized you, or it might have made you feel like life was against you, or you were getting things taken out on you, it's actually all being transmuted by your energy field now as usable energy. Anything that happens, challenges, that's what's coming down through your Akashic records right now. That's the gift of your ancestors. It's all just being transmuted because they've already learned the lessons for you, and they're helping you integrate that immediately in your experience. And then the Black Madonna, that's why I brought it over here, is transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. So you are literally using your light-bearing gifts, and you are alchemizing any kind of negative energy into light, into usable fuel. So if you have a challenge with somebody, you are showing up strong for yourself, but you're showing up with love, and you're not joining their lower vibration, but then you are literally alchemizing energy. You're literally breathing it in, or you're pulling it in through your navel, and you're bringing it up through the crown and down through the feet, whether it's a conscious process or are you doing it intentionally, and you're literally alchemizing it down into the world as usable fuel and energy into your own world and into the world around you. You're just giving back love. You're literally just refusing to give back energy in the same manner as the wounded energy might come to you. But also I'm seeing that as you let go of this old identifications with the ego and the things that you think you need to ground yourself or stabilize, or you're kind of still holding on to, you know, it's like when we're being pulled away down a river and the tides are going and you just don't want to let go of that wall, or you don't want to let go of the side of that rock. Let go, because you're going to this beautiful place It can seem a little scary, but as soon as you let go, all of this beauty is coming to you because you've done all the work. You've done this work to become this wonderful expression of femininity. It's not gender specific, but it's just that love, that compassion, and love is divine. I accept nothing but love. And you won't be mean. Like I said, you're authentic, but you will not tolerate anything but love. You will not let it in your energy field. You have strong boundaries where it stays out. You will not join other people at their lower vibration. Even when they try to bring you down, you still give out love. And that in and of itself will help to transform some of these people coming at you right now, because there is attacks coming at you. There is minor tests in the universe and little pokes prodding you to let go. Let go of what was. You don't need to stay there anymore. You've outgrown those things, so let them go. And sometimes when you've outgrown something but you don't let go and you stay in something for so long, the universe will keep sending you little prods, little pokes, and little challenges until you can actually say, enough, I'm done with this. I will not tolerate this in my experience anymore, so that you can actually move forward and reclaim everything that's been trying to claim you, but you were trying to stay small and you were trying to fit in and you were trying to stay where you were. So you weren't claiming the gifts the universe was trying to bring you. And so all of these cards as well, there's just an overtone of power. You have a spiritual power coming through. Just a spiritual confidence, a spiritual wisdom that you are just going to be serving the world. And maybe you're feeling guided to express this in art. Maybe you're feeling guided to express this in healing. Maybe you want to get into a therapeutic career where you're a physio or a massage therapist and you want to merge your energy healing with that. Because honestly, the world needs us light workers going out and doing quote unquote matrix or normal vocations and bringing this light into everything, so that your healing touch as a physio is still bringing light and energetics, and that your healing touch as a massage therapist is still bringing lights and energetics, and that you're not just always a healer, you're not just only like you're still a healer, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like all that you do, that you merge it with other matrixing, so we can actually start to take these things and realign and reprogram and recode the corruption inherent within them. And I see that if you have picked this pile, group 1, you are part of that collective group. Okay, so don't forget to keep your visualizations strong, but detach from them, let go. That you have come to peace with the environment in front of you, saying that if nothing ever changed, I could still be happy right here. But the irony of saying that and getting to that place and genuinely meaning it, because obviously the universe works on frequencies, so if you don't mean it, the universe is going to know. So you really truly want to get to that place. But in getting to that place, it means you're going to be propelled out of that and you don't have to stay there. And also, I've already talked about, it almost seems like a dichotomy sometimes, but these are the tests within us as well, that you are already being called out of that place. You are already being shown that you're not supposed to be there. I talked about the little pokes and the prodding and little challenges that you're going through, because these are the initiations for you to reclaim your past life powers and gifts that the ancestors are trying to give you back in this moment. You do have to go through a spiritual awakening of some kind, and a spiritual initiation of sorts to reclaim these gifts in the present moment. So you're going to have challenges, and it might seem like the same challenges pulling you back into the past, but also you're being presented with these challenges to show yourself how you've already grown, what tools you already have, what wisdom you already have, so that you can choose to handle them differently. And this is where you show yourself that you've grown. This is where you reclaim the gifts from the Akashic records, and this is where you up level, because it might be the same or similar challenge, but you have handled it differently, and that makes it different. So this reading seems, what am I feeling right now? It seems like tense a little bit. I feel your intensity. I feel like you've been like, hey, let's do this, let's go, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to change. Like you're transforming. This literally just fell out. But you need to take a breather and be proud of yourself, and there needs to be joy. Okay? Joy in the process, joy in the journey. Get in some water, get outside in nature, just relax as well. I feel you, you're a fierce warrior. You are a fierce warrior. You are literally, you're doing it. You're already doing it. You just got to clean up some of the things. and the intensity, the fierceness, just take some of that and put it into your relaxation, put it into rest, put it into loving yourself. Okay. So again, receptivity, so all of this, that letting go, surrendering, just receiving from the universe. Allow, get out of your own way and cultivate joy now. That's your job. Cultivate allowance, cultivate joy, check your ego. Gently, joyously. Yes, you're gonna work. Yes, there's hard work involved, but there are also periods of rest that we're allowed to have. You're experiencing enormous change right now. The vacuum is trying to come and suck out and make enough space for all the new to come in, so allow that to happen. How can you just relax? How can you just be in nature? How can you just be? Okay? Stop worrying everything's going to be fine. You have a bright future. Inner wisdom. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom. There's an owl in that card, so you can see through the dark. You can see through people's bad intentions. You can see that you are on the right path, and people who try to come and take that from you, you're protected right now. Your ancestors, your guides, everyone has come in to protect you. You don't have to worry like before. You have passed your beginner stages, and you have cultivated enough reclamation of your past life gifts and skills to create enough protection around you that no one can take this from you. Maybe we've all done that. There's been a big anchoring of light for all light workers lately. And receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to get help. If someone attaches something behind helping you, that's on them. It's not on you. All your job is to do is to receive, to allow. Okay, and where is the past still haunting you that you're not receiving? Where you're like, oh, this looks like the past, and then you start to defend. Soften that. Let that go. Remember what I told you? It's going to look like the past, but how you deal with it is going to make it new. Your inner wisdom, everything you've cultivated so far. And beautiful things are coming to you. Look. Blessings are trying to come to you. Are you receiving them? Okay. Sometimes in the transformation, it's just a really confusing, like, oh my gosh, what's going on over here? What's going on over here? Why is this going away? I don't know. It's like, I wanted that, but I didn't want that to go. And it can be very confusing. And right now, you just got to ride the waves of that. So to trust that anything that is leaving is going to replace by 1,000 times better. Is there anything else you need to say for this beautiful pile one before we go? Forgiveness. So whenever you're feeling stuck, whenever you're feeling that defensive mode, just forgive. This is a call to forgive the past. So if something starts to come back up and you're triggered and you want to go into defense mode and you're like, oh, why is this happening again? I thought I got over this. Instantly be like, when was the last time I felt this? What time was it? What age was I? And then go and forgive that piece. And then look at how you are now. What have I cultivated now? What skills and perspective have I cultivated now to be able to deal with the situation in a new way and then meet the situation that way? Okay. You can even sit down and do a little journaling if you like to journal, and journal like, what have I learned over the past decade? What have I learned over the past 2 decades? Who was I, 5 years ago? Who was I 10 years ago? And how have I grown and changed since then? And get it kind of fresh in your mind, fresh in your head. And the new wisdom will come up as you're writing as well as soul writing. And be ready for those moments that I talked about where you'll need to call that in, and you'll need to call in forgiveness immediately when met with the situation at hand, and you won't have time to prepare these things. Just dive deeper into yourself. Know yourself. So important right now in this Virgo new moon. And then pair that with good nutrition. Pair that with movement that makes you feel joyous, that lifts your body, that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel fit and strong, it detoxifies you. Do some cleanses. Cleanse your liver, cleanse your kidneys, cleanse your colon. Do some detoxes. Prepare your vessel. I hope you liked that reading. If you like that reading, just give us a thumbs up, and you can follow me at 13 Moon Oracle on Instagram, or Jayde Crystal Coaching, and that is my other YouTube channel, JC Soul Gems. If you wanted to dive into more esoteric teachings with me, you can book with me through my website, but I am working on it right now. And just know that when you're finding this, it is the Virgo new moon today on September 2nd, but this is a timeless reading, and just know that whenever you find this, it is meant for you to find. And I'll see you soon. Okay, hi Cloud2. So I just filmed that whole reading and it did not work. So we're gonna redo it. Redo. Okay, so I've already pulled your cards and did the whole reading. Okay, so the first card you had was disruption. So I can see that you've been through a lot of hardships. I can see that you've been through it all. And sometimes the past will show up again to show you something, to show you your skills, your strength, and how you have actually up-leveled and you've changed, because that will show through in the way that you handle it. But you're still fearing some of these disruptions. You're still feeling them, but you're actually being presented with them because you are a healer. You have deep spiritual wisdom and knowledge and healing that is asking to come through the collective, and you are being presented with some of these souls that are on the precipice, that are asking for change, that are asking for healing, and that need to hear the truth in the way that your beautiful, connected heart will say it. And so the knowledge and healing that you have cultivated in your own life, and all the family generational curses that you have brought up, that you have come through, is showing you your own strength, and it's showing you your own abilities right now, and it's showing you yourself in a new way, because that's what's going on with the rising sun here, the rising sun child. And so let's just kind of read that one from the book. A dark phase and struggle is over. A new phase is upon you, one of hope, glory, light, and triumph. It won through boldness, persistence, and even when you felt like giving up, you chose to stay strong, to surrender to divine and continue with the path. You've been through much now, and victory is upon you, beloved. For the divine solar child, a new consciousness within you is born. As we journey into ancient feminine, there are many, many times when we meet her dark face. We must be patient, accepting, and allowing. Often what we meet are difficulties of birth, literal and symbolic. We might feel great emotional or physical pain, spiritually bereft and alone, and yearning for deeper union. Perhaps even wondering if what we seek could be a genuine experience, or if it is the stuff of daydreams and fantasies. So you have been visualizing for a long time. You have had your eyes on the prize. You have been connected to Creator, and you have been healing yourself. You have been calling in healing. You have been calling in the new, and it's coming for you, my love. You are at the end of an arduous birthing journey, okay? So, wrong way. So this is your power and strength, and it did come up upside down, but notice snake, dragon, sun, emerald green, those are all signs for you, lapis lazuli. So those are all signs for you, but you're coming into your own power and strength. Now, there is like a little bit of instableness with this power and strength as you come through, just because it's new to you. And so you're just going to learn self-mastery again, but it won't be as deep as the self-mastery that you had to find your strength and your power to move through the healing, the generational curses, and all the things that you've just come through, okay? And to some, it's going to look like you're super, super lucky, but it's your industriousness. It's the fact that you leaned into spirit, you leaned into Creator, you leaned into your angels and your guides, and you didn't give up. You faced all the hard challenges. You walked the path that few are very trepid to follow. Okay, and sweet victory is coming for you. That's what I see in this card. So sometimes the rising sun card can offer different stages of birth, which is kind of what you heard in the last part. But this is like, you're in the last stages. You do have to bring some sunlight into some of these dark places of old things that are still holding you back. But mostly what I'm seeing is that there's a big letting go of leaning on other people for resources, leaning on other people for validation, leaning on other people for kind of a check-in to see where you're at. You're going to lean on spirit. You're going to lean on creator. You are going to lean on your own abilities, your own power and strength, because you are the alchemy. And justice is coming in for you. What I had seen when I did this first reading was like the sun rising, and literally like there were challenges, there were enemies, there were people kind of chasing you in the desert, and they just dissolved. They just sunk into the sand. So you're just literally being purged, and then water appeared. So this is a big reading. There's quite a few things of water. There's water over here. There's water here in this letting go. This wasn't upside down, sorry. There's dragon. There's double dragon, so you're completely protected. You are so powerful, and there just needs to be a time of letting go of kind of the old ways of over-leaning on your environment, over-leaning on the outside world to give you validation that what you seek is true, or what your experiences are true, or your experiences aren't daydreams or fantasies, that your spiritual experiences are real and they're crafting your outer environment. And I know that you've actually been seeing this. You've been seeing more of what you've been visualizing, what you've been seeking, all the dreams and manifestations that you have been seeing since you started the spiritual journey. You're starting to see them come into your reality now. Okay? And the old stories have been dissolving over this year. You are literally speaking into life and into existence what you were trying to create. And you just have to stay focused on that. The 3D does not matter. Okay? You are the creator of your reality. You speak life into existence. And that's what's happening for you. You're letting go of what no longer serves you, and the things that are falling away, you are letting them go. Now, you're a little trepid, you're a little concerned, but you've also been through enough of these spiritual cycles to understand that what falls away is always replaced with something even better. And water has come up 3 times there. And so water and water codes, especially with me doing this in Mexico, it's showing you that you are very deeply connected to the water. So the more times that you can get around water, the easier that you're going to find things heal for you. If you're having a bad day, go have a sea salt water bath, or do a sea salt scrub, and you're gonna feel way better. Now I keep seeing in this one there is the starlight coming into the physical, and so there's the mountains, and there seems to be desert here again. So you're coming out of the desert. You're coming out of the desert into a lush physical manifestation. Okay, but you need to work through your feelings. Okay, keep them centered in joy. Keep them centered in what it is that you want to have happen. Don't let others drag you down. Aries energy, that fire, that warrior, that power, that strength. But there needs to be time where you spent alone, cultivating that, understanding it. Working to clear your mind, meditation. Do you see the sacred geometry in this card? And then she's sitting in meditation. So even if you're meditating on the life force around you, even if you're meditating on the earth, but start to clear out your mind. Start to allow yourself to work through these feelings. Allow yourself to go into your power and your gifts and your skills and explore them. And explore what is dying for you, what is leaving for you. Okay, more water here with the ocean and the moon, and maybe you want to look up a crab. Okay, that could be a powerful thing for you. But it's also talking about charging up in the sun and charging up in the moon, balance between both. And the full moon is going to be very significant for you. You have Gemini energy, Cancer energy, Aries energy. So Aries is that warrior, that confidence. It's all coming through for you. And it's all showing you who you are. See how she's holding the stone? She is going to create. She's calling in all the ethers. She's going to create, or they're going to create, this physical manifestation of their oasis, their utopia. And that's what you're doing here. You're in a really beautiful place. And some of this may feel unstable, it may feel beginner. As your innocence comes back, you do feel into that beginner energy, but you are going to be able to handle it. You are not a beginner. it just comes like that when you first enter a new period and you are met back with a new version of yourself, or a healed version of yourself, or a restored version of yourself is a better way to say it in this reading. Okay, you're restoring who you truly are, your divine identity. You're rebirthed yourself to who you've always been and who you know was inside of you, but you got to get used to that still. You still have to let things fall away. You still have to take back your story and speak into existence what you're creating. Wield your power and strength in ways that will help yourself and others. You're not really sure what that looks like yet, so this is where you need to sit with time alone. Clear your mind, figure out your path, you're forging it, you're making it. Okay, and you are protected. You and your loved ones are always safe. You shall. Interesting that this is filmed in Mexico, very close to where her origins would be. If you know what this flower is, I would look this up too. But you are powerful, powerful medicine woman. There was a storm last night and there was so much lightning and so much purple in the sky, and it actually made me think of her. It actually made me think of just how powerful she is, washing away anything that has held us back before. And so if you can, get out in the rain. Water codes come in all things, water codes and light codes, and they are so powerful for your expression, for your being, for your integration. Just soak them in with every pore and fiber of your being. Okay, so another one that came up was sage, quiet time. Take some quiet time to sit, rest, meditate, contemplate, because we need your fears to dissolve. What's still holding you back? Where does sunlight need to come into the dark places in you? Where are you still afraid? Where are you not meeting your own needs? Where are you over-leaning on other people? Is there still codependency present? It's kind of coming up in this reading. Are you still codependent on friends, on relationships? How can you foster more independence? And just know that you are a priestess of these lineages. Artemis, Ishel, Bas, Sage. Call upon these energies. Call upon them. I know you can connect to your Akashic records. You're already connected. You're probably an Akashic records keeper if you picked this group and you come to this pile. Okay, and then Lakshmi, bright future. Stop worrying. Everything's going to be fine. Okay, and so blessings are coming in, and this came up in pile 1 too. And so did these 2 cards. So you might want to go back and check that out. It might be some stuff that you're integrating and leaving behind, but for this group, I really do feel like you're very connected to your Akashic records. It's not something you're kind of awakening to, whereas group 1 kind of felt like it was more awakening to their Akashic record openings. You have a bright future ahead of you. You honestly have so much blessings coming to you, and it's just a time of blessings. The anointed ones, the chosen ones, they're calling it, the ones that stayed in Christ consciousness energy and worked to heal their bloodlines, worked to heal their karma. They stayed diligent, they stayed devoted, come what may. They did it. You're a part of that group, and we're all being blessed right now. A lot of our challenges are being given way to, a lot of the bullying energy, the dark age energy of hierarchy and fighting and defensive plays and taking and lies and deceitfulness, and then charismatic narcissists overtaking good people with no integrity who just lie, overtaking good people. All of that's coming to an end. It's dissolving and disintegrating right now, and it's dissolving and disintegrating in the light of us owning our authenticity and speaking our truth and coming back into love and strength and power and standing in our alchemizational skills and not joining them at their lower frequency. We're standing in our own power, we're speaking our truth, and we're not allowing that to happen anymore, and it is literally crumbling the falseness of their strength. Spiritual strength is on the rise, ego strength is on the decline, because enough of us are anchoring the light, enough of us are saying what we're ready to let go of, what we're no longer serving us. We're writing the stories that are part of our destiny, that we came down here and always were meant to do. Just a beautiful, beautiful. So justice is coming into play for you here naturally, like I talked about. The disintegration of all those energies, and balance is coming back in as you claim your alchemy. So what are you creating? Where do you want to use this power to help people? In the first reading it came up too, that like using this energetics, you probably are a healer, you might be a teacher of some kind, spiritual teacher if you found this reading, but also using those energetics in the 3D planes. It's okay to go into 3D jobs, matrix jobs, and bring in your light and do them in a different way. Okay, that is actually needed right now. That's why so many of us are waking up. Okay, so you're trying to anchor financial stability, maybe pull that into your ideals, into your vision, if you have been unsure of what to do. So we have Kadisha, I'm going to say some of these names wrong, Mashaga Labadaran, Zhao Zhengji, and Mary Magdalene. And so what I was seeing in these cards, so Mary Magdalene and Kadisha are really helping you with that piece we talked about earlier, bringing the spiritual into the physical and really manifesting in a powerful physical way that's going to create a lot of financial security for you. Okay, but it's still going to be a bit of a lonely path. You're still going to be walking a path a bit on your own right now because you're forging something. But don't worry, your soul tribe and everyone will come into this because there's so many people waking up and they're craving this. But you are a leader. If you found this reading, you are a leader. You are creating the path forward so that others can join you because you are the one who is anointed for that. You are the one who is gifted for that. And I can just feel the Holy Spirit all around you. You can feel this lightning charging around you. You just have so much power and strength. And you can ask Creator to help you channel it in a meaningful way. Kadisha is also helping you. She's helping you align your business expertise and knowledge and wisdom with your spiritual expertise, knowledge, and wisdom, so that you can impact the world in a powerful way and create enough security and stability in a path that other people can come and follow with you. Okay? Now, Zhao Zhenjin and Mashin Labardorn. Diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light of my own darkness and I face ego beliefs to feel free. So Dakinis, they are the ultimate transmuters and alchemizers of toxic, corrupted energy. Dakinis are the master chameleons. They can actually chameleon into anything, learn all about it, and then transmute it. They're so powerful and beautiful. So this as your lineage as a Dakini, and the energy of a Dakini is just so powerful and so beautiful. So that is what you're remembering and stepping back into, is your ultimate power and how to wield that power in safety, with blessings, in times with yourself, and to be your number one liberator and supporter. And then I am peace. When my mind is clear, the way is clear. So again, here comes that clear mind. Here comes that peace. So sit with yourself, process your feelings, so that you can get clarity and that you can know the way, and you believe in yourself, believe in your vision, believe in what is being birthed on this planet and what we all came here to do. Believe that you are peace. Trust that peace and love within you. Even if you are met with a powerful situation, sometimes you still have to get big energy, you still have to get loud, but it does make a difference of what is coming out of your mouth. So if someone challenges you and you have to stand for yourself, if you join them at their low vibration and you join them at a lower ego vibration and you attack and you defend and you get angry, what comes out of your mouth matters. So you can still be angry, there can be divine rage and divine justice coming through you, but you can still say things like, I pray for you, I forgive you, I hope that you are healed from whatever is afflicting you, because I will not join you here. And you can still say that with power, with intensity, with passion, but it is completely different than them attacking you and trying to bring you into lower vibrational ego patterns that we have been brainwashed and conditioned to deal with challenges with, right? So this is what this is portraying, that you're just going to be meeting life in such a different way. You're going to be meeting challenges with unconditional love. You're going to be meeting challenges with peace. You're going to actually be transmuting the energy so that they will not be able to pull you down to any lower vibrations, because you're going to actually alchemize and lift them up. And then your business structure, your finances, everything's going to be changing for you. And this is the birthing that you're coming into, the rising sun. Okay. Anything else I want to touch on here for you? So I don't know if you've been worrying about your safety. Maybe you've been feeling unsafe and afraid with the changes coming through, but you're protected. There's been so much energy of protection coming through this reading for you. You are protected, and you are most protected when you go within, and it is safe for you to intuit from within. It is safe for you to plan from within. It's safe for you to visualize from within. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Spirit is saying so strongly that you need to trust your psychic gifts. Yes, you're in a transformational cycle that's going to make you feel a little bit unstable, because you have so much power coming through you. So much power. So much power, so much power, so much power. Diamond light, Dakini, bright future, so much power. There's so much coming through you, okay? Victory. There's just so much power coming through you right now, but that's where some of your instability and your shake is coming from, okay? And it's always a little bit scary when we create something new. It's the risks that we take, okay? But we're a different wave of souls. We're a different generation that has come through to take these risks and to do them now so that we can change the world. We're not here to fit and conform with the norm, and you might do that for a little bit while you're figuring yourself out. But do that with purpose, with intention. Spend a lot of time on your own, building out your vision. What do you want your life to look like? Creator supporting you. You are loved. You are protected. Maybe you want to explore some of these lineages. So Best, Akal Labardun, Zhao Zing, Mary Magdalene, Michelle, Artemis, Kadisha, Lakshmi, Sage, because those were all priestess lineages that you were involved in. Merlin, you were involved in these lineages prior to this life, and these are downloading through your Akashic. So you can sit with them in meditation, and you can sit with your Akashic records, and you can go ask, like, what did I do in my life with Best, and what skills can I pull through that will help me? What did I do in my life as a priest or priestess of Merlin? How will that help me? And start downloading it, start integrating. Journal, meditate, do what you need to do. And remember, every time you see a swan, something in your psychic sight is coming through for you to integrate into that present moment. Trust your inner wisdom, trust your inner eye. Let all of your fears dissolve. Let go of whatever's leaving your field. Just let it go. And if you feel triggered, go spend time on your own. Clear your mind. Spend time by water, if you can. So fresh water, storms, rain. However you can download those water codes. If you want to drop the spiritual meaning of swan, of crab, there's a deer in there. If you want to drop the spiritual meaning of, or the name even of this flower, go ahead. Would love to hear from you. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Happy new moon in Virgo, but remember that this reading is timeless, so whenever you find it, that reading is for you at the perfect divine timing. Creator does not know Earth time like we do. The readings come out however they may, and may you be blessed with all the light codes and the water codes that I have been blessed with here in Mexico, and be blessed. Love you. If you like this video, please subscribe, click the link below,